What's up, I train? Today's the Q&A. Hey, what's up, my friends? Is the audio okay? Let's start with this. I forget to say what's up, YouTube, but you guys already know the deal with that. Hope everything is well. So, another weekly. End up changing the camera a bit. Not sure if it's better or not, but I don't think it's super relevant to be honest. I just want to know if the audio is okay. If someone in the chat would be able to tell me that, I would really appreciate. And of course, do not forget to leave a like if you're watching the live. Also super important. I'm just trying to configure a couple of things, guys. Give me a second, but we should be ready to go. All right. So guys, let's start with this. Again, audio is fine. Okay, thank you, Thomas. That's the most important thing. So let's start with this, my friends. Another weekly auction. I saw people commenting on my Discord. This was a weak one. Does not surprise me a lot. I feel like a lot of big cards, especially in the markets we tend to track, pre-modern, vintage, even modern, are not appearing that much anymore. That's a good sign if you ask me. I think that's, again, basically prices are down. So there is not a great incentive to send cards to auction at this point. There is a lot of risk. One of the few players that is still performing well, and I guess we can talk about that in this live, is actually Lionel Messi. That said, the market still seems weak. There is a lot of pain. And again, looking at other traditional markets, in this case, at traditional markets, we are a super speculative asset, of course. I feel like, yes, there is still some pain to go, but I'm also not trying to predict that. Who knows? So, my friends, again, do not forget to leave a like. So let's start with this. So we start. Okay, I don't know why this is the first card. Wait, okay. I want this as the earliest year. Human verification. Okay, now should be better. So we start with some pre-modern, with some pre-war. I will pass this a bit faster. I think those are amazing cars, but it's not something I collect or something that I really know the market to have super strong opinions. That said, again, if you are into this type of stuff, I think more pre-war appearing in the market is something that you should be happy. And I feel like more have been appearing. I think it's an area of the market that is getting explored right now. At one point, I was collecting the football conics. I think they are beautiful, to be fair, but I also end up finding that they are a bit too common. So nothing against them, it's just that I end up focusing a bit more in rarity and also focusing a bit more in players that I actually like to collect. I think the history of Cinderella is amazing, but is not for me as a collector. We keep moving. Now we have what? We have Billy Wright, relevant players again. Now start entering the Real Madrid legends, Gento. There is a lot of talks nowadays about Modric, Benzema, and Kroos. I believe those are the three that can actually. I'm not sure about Carvajal, by the way. Maybe you guys can tell me, but at least Modric, Kroos, and Benzema, they can tie the records with Gento, 6 Champions League. I think will be a bit different for one reason. In my perspective, Gento did not have the same appealing as, for example, a player like Modric in terms of how beautiful Modric plays. Of course, demographics will also be a huge thing. We have a market now. We didn't have in 53, of course. So there is a couple of things to be bullish about this Real Madrid team. It's still a big if they win, if they will win another Champions League or not. I think City is a tremendous team that they will probably struggle, but that said, there is a chance and greatness could be one step away. Now we keep moving. Couple of veggies. Another veggie, Rosa Pinto, Nilton Santos, a very relevant player to be honest, a player that in terms of greatness in his position is actually one of the best players ever, does not get a lot of hobby attention, but is a type of player that you can collect a all-time great in a specific position and do not pay a lot. I think that's amazing, right? Now we have Julinho, Zizinho. Okay, now we have a card that I actually like quite a lot. I sold one recently, but I would not mind buying another one. This is the Bobby Charlton rookie. Basically, Bobby Charlton is an all-time great if you are an English fan. I actually think he's the best English player ever. Ended up winning World Cup in '66. They actually end up putting Portugal away of that tournament. It was a big clash between Eusebio and Bobby Charlton. This is my favorite card for him, specific this version. Why this version? You can see that there is no letters on the top and the back is red and blue. Basically, this is quite more scarce and the pop reports also shows that than the original version. The bad part that I don't think is super relevant is that people actually believe this is the second print of the card, probably still 58, 59, but yeah, I think is a small detail that maybe for a collector could be a huge detail. I do not care that much, to be honest, and I really like this card since he's a bit more scarce than the other, and rarity tends to be quite important. Tom Finney, another important player on the set. This guy's a better grade. Looks beautiful. When people compare the Mickey Mantle 52 with soccer, I always think about this card for some reason. Well, for some reason, probably the blue background looks like a typical Topps card. To be fair, ABC at the time was a subsidiary of Topps in Europe. I believe later they even ended up getting bought. Don't quote me on this. But yeah, this is a typical American card, even though it was made in the United Kingdom. Now we have some other greats, Didi, also Djalma Santos. I think the photos on this set, you guys get the point, it's not a set, but I think the photos are actually quite nice. The problem is this is cut from a vinyl record. I guess most of you guys should be aware. I talk about this all the time. It's sad because I actually like the photos for them. I guess if you are buying them cheap, it's still a cool collectible as long you enjoy it. Legendary player does not get a lot of attention in the market. PSA population 1 of 2, just one graded higher. So maybe there is something there for you if you are looking into some German legends. Now we have Z2 number, soccer black number. Small detail on the black number, no confirmation on this, but some people believe could be the first release, almost similar to the Bobby Charlton. So in this case, we have a blue and a black version. Basically, the version, the only difference is the number sometimes is black, sometimes is blue, and there is maybe not a consensus, but there is a strong belief that the number, not the number, the black number could be the first version of the Aquarela. Again, a couple of legends, Zico, Djalma again, also great photos. I mean, the blue background, I think the photos look really nice. Djalma, all-time great also in his position, similar to Nilton Santos, two players that are being super impactful for Brazil. I see you guys quite quiet today. I just hope everything is well, my friends. I know we have, 13 people watching. If you can leave a like, thank you so much for that. Really means a lot and is one of the best ways to show support. And if you want to participate on the chat, feel free. It's always better to have these live streams with all of you guys debating stuff, chatting between you basically. So okay, 58 Puskás appears quite a lot to be honest. Puskás is an all-time great. I think it's quite obvious. We have an interesting rookie for Pelé, PSA 5. Actually, this is the way I like the card the most, the record, the Swedish record journal. The reason is, at least, look, was meant to be cut this way. Not sure if exactly this type of cut, maybe a bit larger the red or not. This is very relative, but was meant to be cut with the two players, and I like it a bit more. And of course, having Garrincha and Pelé in one card is something that I think we all should appreciate. PSA 5 is not the best grade. In terms of rarity, this is not the most difficult Pelé by any means. I actually like to follow a couple of websites in Sweden, and this card actually appears, for example, quite more than the Alif. Not this should be a surprise. We kind of knew the Alif was a bit more rare than the Swedish record, but it's still a nice card, and I think it's almost a match-up, right? You have Garrincha and Pelé, and that's automatic something nice. And like I said, with the red border for two players, I actually enjoy this card. Thomas said, Andre, I just posted a hot take, okay? Thought quite some time about, okay? If you want, it may be fun to live react at the end of the stream. No, for sure. I mean, I want to promote the Discord and the Patreon. So when I promote the Discord, I will actually take a look at the hot take. I guess I can do it now. Okay, actually, let's already put this out of the way. So guys, if you follow me on YouTube, you probably know I have a Patreon community. We are 58 members right now. We tend to fluctuate between 50 and 60s. At one point, I believe we had close to 70, but that's also not normal. But the best way to show support is, honestly, the best way to show support is to leave a like. But in terms of making my time worth, of course, I would appreciate if you guys join the Patreon. Means a lot to me, and I put a lot of content there. So you don't join there because just because I actually provide a lot of content. I put a new Q&A every week, so if you have questions, that will be the best place. I spend a lot of time trying to provide the best knowledge, and I also put extra audio on Saturday, so tomorrow there will be new content there. This is the Q&A of this week, and I'm talking about different topics. They're talking about the Modric, Benzema, Kroos market, comparing with the for example, Gento that ended up winning six Champions League. So basically a topic I was also pushing it at the start of the stream, but there is a lot of topics that we debate there. So amazing place if you want to interact with me, and I think you probably will find value if you like the content on YouTube, of course. Now let's talk about Discord. So, okay, actually, let's take a look at the comment. Kazu said, just got back into football collecting after a break for a year. Focus on pre-modern seekers to reflect the players from my Shieldwood. That's amazing. Price seems down, which suits me. No, totally agree, my friend. I think you are actually entering in a great time right now. Even with a small budget, I don't know your budget to be honest, but even with a small budget, you can actually make a lot. To finish, one thing related with the Patreon, actually a lot of Patreon members may not even be aware of this. I actually created a specific category that only Patreon members can see on our Discord. Basically, the name is Patreon members. You just need to connect your... when you join Patreon right now, I think that automatic connects. But if you are a old Patreon member, you need to connect your Discord with Patreon, and we'll have access to an area that we tend to debate, chat about, for example, the last Q&A, etc. I want to make more content there. So again, another nice feature if you join the Patreon community. But let's talk about, so let's take a look at the hot takes. But let's talk about the Discord server. So this is one of the best places to interact, not only with me, to interact with other collectors. I spend too much time on the Patreon community. I think it's an amazing place, by the way. There is a lot of knowledge people always there. So link below the video also if you want to join the Discord. It's totally free. There is no reason to not do it. And you are actually missing a lot of content if you are not part of the Patreon community, similar to not the Patreon, also the Patreon community, but the Discord server is what I meant to say. So let's take a look at what Thomas said, good friend of the channel. And it goes this way. I think this may be a usual graph of a GOAT Legends if the market is stable, which is never the case. No financial advice, of course. Okay, so career, some ups and downs. This is probably the prime, I would assume. So this automatic does not work with Messi, right, Thomas? Because the World Cup, you can make an argument that is basically at the end of Messi career and is his biggest spike. But in general, I actually think you are into something there. I would say, yeah, no, I think that's okay. So retire 20 years after career, 20 to 100 years after career. 1 year after career, this is about history. So I don't think this is incorrect. I would say one thing. Oh, you think there is a huge... Okay, the hype moment when the player retires. I get that. But I would say that there is a scenario where this line, you know, instead of doing this automatic, do something like this, you know, especially for all-time greats. Maybe in general for other players this could apply. So basically nostalgia brings all-time highs and history prevents it from going to zero, keeping it stable. No, I agree with you. And Thomas, you know, I also share this idea in general. We may disagree in how this plays out exactly, but the idea in general, I agree. Patreon have good value. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. The Foot Accountant, I believe the Foot Accountant is a FIFA content creator, so really happy to see you on the stream, my friend. And they said, really enjoyed this or that part of the Discord too. No, that's amazing. James Card said, how are you doing, James? Also a good friend of the channel. You can look at the 86 Fleer Jordan and it's flat for 15 years until the market explosion. External factors are way more important than anything else. No, yeah, that's true. But I know that example is used quite a lot, but maybe it's not the best example because, for example, if you look at the Black Lotus or even the Charizard or even the Blue Eyes White Dragon, now I'm focusing a bit more on DCGs, they actually have been going up consistently, especially the Black Lotus and even the Blue Eyes. Charizard fluctuated a bit more, but even that, if you just divide 5 years blocks, the card have been up. To be fair, is a very recent card. I guess you can also say that. I would think, so Henry said, would think it would grow with the market / inflation instead of be flat. Yeah, sometimes the inflation alone pushes the card. That's another good point. But we tend to forget that because you look at certain cards. I'm not thinking about one example in specific, and we see, oh, this card in the last 10 years ended up going up 50%. But if you do a compound effect on the card, and that's how you should approach. That's how you should approach investing. To be honest, you see that the growth was not that crazy. Nate, not sure what's going on there. Thomas said, that's why I said if the market is stable. No, that's a fair point. Oh, Nate, I believe the foot accountant name is Nate. Yeah, really happy to see you on the stream. I played FIFA for a lot of years. I still play FIFA. Actually, you can see I have the new FIFA on my computer. Love the game, but the Ultimate Team, I spent too much money there, and I don't want to go back. Actually, the foot accountant. Let me ask you one question, if you don't mind, of course. Don't you think that there is a huge potential of FIFA, collectors in the game making a transition to physical cards, because I think you keep the money much safer here. Safer is always a risk concept when talking about a super speculative asset, but comparing with the Ultimate Team that everything eventually goes to zero, right? I don't know, I think a bit of education, especially from people like you, other content creators. I know Castro have been doing a lot of content there. I think can actually make the market very interesting. I think there is a huge potential there. James said, yeah, Charizard is a good example, increasing very well for 10 years run, even before the boom. Yeah, Black Lotus is even better. Black Lotus starting increasing in 93 is just crazy. But James, to go back to that, there is also a lot of Pokemon cards that never grew, and right now, talking about with the main in the last 2-3 years, we saw them making a 10x, and that's where things get a bit more tricky. But I agree. For sure, lots of FIFA streamers started collecting soccer with the last year here in Germany. No, yeah. No, Thomas, you sent me a couple of links in the past. Seems like Germany Twitch community is actually quite strong from what I've been seeing, from what you end up sharing with me. I got into cards collecting from FIFA. See, Valencia is a very good example. For Messi, if he goes back to Barcelona, the graph will spike again, assuming if it's the end of his career there. That's an interesting question. So today, and Niels, or Niels is another person, also good friend of the channel, but Niels was sharing on the Discord that he believes that if Messi wins another Ballon d'Or, and there is a very likely scenario on that, his market can increase. I tend to disagree with him on that. Not that I don't think it's totally irrelevant, but at this point, Ballon d'Or for Messi, I think he's a nice extra, but I don't see his market moving that much. Can I be wrong? Yes. But him going to Barcelona, I actually think can have a bigger impact. Both short term and long term. Let me explain you why. Short term, because of the automatic hype. He's back to home, Barcelona fans will go crazy, that there will be a lot of pressure, there will be a lot of news. If he plays well the first couple of games for Barcelona, and he probably can still do that since he's still playing very, very well, there will be FOMO, there will be hype around it. But even for his market, and now I'm talking a bit more about modern, I think him coming back to Barcelona will be great. How many of you guys like to collect Messi with Barcelona, with the PSG? I'm sorry, probably not a lot of you guys. I love to collect Messi, as you guys know, but I have one card with PSG, and I had that card because I thought, you know what, I have to have one just because. Not that I have great reason, but if he goes back to Barcelona, personally, again, I would pay much more attention to the modern market again, for Messi in specific, and long run, I think that logic probably will stand out. Neil said, my sport NFTs today's cards. Oh, you started with NFTs, now you are into cards. I think there is a lot of people also doing that transition. People end up realizing that maybe NFTs is not the future of collecting. Shame said, Panini is using the FIFA branding for cards now. That's very interesting. The fact that they haven't connected to the game is such a big miss, in my opinion. We need team of the season cards from the game and stuff like that. I totally agree. I mean, so recently, and I mean, we talked about this on Discord and even private. The Chrome 2017 insert, I feel like got some momentum, and I think one of the reasons people like that insert is because basically that's, first of all, the cards are beautiful, but and this stops Chrome 2017. But I also think is kind of like a ultimate team, right? Is the best 11 for FIFA that year. I think that alone is important. What do you think, James? I think that narrative can actually get stronger over time, actually, for those inserts. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. We are not done, by the way, but I'm just saying thank you so much. Do not forget to leave a like. Really means a lot. But let's continue with this. I'm always paying attention to chat, so feel free to leave a message. And do not forget to leave a like, check Discord, check Patreon. Links below the video. So I was talking about Pele again. Great card. Now we have Jim Greaves, a magician with the ball. His hook is quite easy to find, to be honest, but he was a very important player at one point in time. The type of player slash card that you can collect very, very cheap right now. Same logic goes for Dennis Law, another important player, but important for a specific region, but maybe not super important long run, even though as a collector sometimes that does not matter to you. James said, yeah, anything that is slightly connected to the game I love, like the 2015 Ultimate Team cards. Yeah, the select cards are also really, really nice. I also love the photos they end up choosing for that insert. Force said, got the 2017 Red Buffon award winners with me. Congrats. Insanely good looking card. No, congrats, my friend. I love that set. I was. I'm thinking about starting collecting that set very slowly, to be honest. I think there's a lot of hype right now on Chrome to be totally transparent, so I need to be patient. But I like these inserts a lot. I just have one. Is the Ronaldo Gold? I would love to have a Messi, of course, but I think those are great cards. Congrats again. Buffon is for me one of the best players on the set. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about this card. I'm passing a lot of cards that I feel like I talk in the other Q and A's, not Q and A's, other, I guess you can call this a Q and A, but other market talks. I'm focusing a bit more in something that I think I can provide a bit more value. So I actually like this sticker quite a lot for this Stefano. The reason I like this sticker quite a lot is the first Panini sticker for this Stefano, and this is a narrative that. I may die saying this and never become reality, but I personally think the first Panini sticker for important players, and this Stefan do not get much better than this, should be a narrative that can gain some momentum. I actually will favorite this one. Great card. In this set, 63-64 Panini Calciatore, a lot of legends end up having the first Panini sticker. This Stefan is one example, but you guys probably also know this set for Eusebio. I believe Pushkas is also on this set, so interesting stuff. Okay. So this card, recently I've been seeing this card with being labeled 63 and sometimes 64. I have to do some research. I want to do an investing in greatness for Eusebio. Not sure if you guys would like investing in greatness for Eusebio or not. I think he's a player that at one point was quite taught. Right now I don't see a lot of people talking about, but I still think he's an all-time great and he probably deserves the investing in greatness. So I have to do some research. I thought original this card was 63 and still could be this way, but I'm just saying that recently I saw a couple labeled 64 and I'm not sure what's going on there. Classics, I mean, do not get much better than this if you love vintage. 65, 66 Bergman. An all-time great card in vintage. If you ask me, I understand in terms of rarity is appearing a bit too much, and some people may not like that, but I think is an amazing card. And same logic goes for the Bergman, in this case Gerd Muller, another all-time great, the Bomber and Kaiser. Again, I think most people would agree, the two best German players ever, and they could make top 10, top 20 lists quite easy. Yes, please, greatest World Cup performance of all time, Eusebio. Yeah, the 66 tournament was great. I don't think it was better than Maradona, Pepe, but Pepe on Maradona on 86, but Eusebio did a great performance. Henry said, I really enjoy all the investing in greatness videos, thank you. No, Henry, they actually don't do that well on YouTube. I think I get actually more views when I talk about the market, basically my typical videos with slideshows. But I enjoy doing the investing in greatness, and at this point I feel like focusing too much on what gets views or not is a huge mistake. In a grand scale I don't get a lot of views, so it's almost irrelevant. I should do content that I enjoy first, and I also think provides value long run. One comment that I got a lot is, for example, I did investing in greatness for Beckenbauer. And I'm pretty sure that in 1 year, 2 years, there will be a guy that will ask me, what do you think about Beckenbauer? And I can take that video and send to him. And actually got comments related with that I did a video for, I don't know, Roberto Carlos or Modric, and all of a sudden now, for example, Modric is quite. People are talking a bit more about Modric, and they go and watch the video, and the value is still there. So one thing about those cards, recently they have been increasing quite a lot in pop. I think is normal. We are still in a discovery phase, but they are also not super expensive right now. So do your own research, but those are all-time classics. For sale, André, do you usually keep your wins in PWCC in their vault? Yes. The answer is yes. I keep everything there. Any concerns? Being international soccer collector investor, long run, it will save plenty of money. So, first, that was basically my logic. At one point, I was getting everything into Portugal, but I was paying too much taxes, custom fees. Custom fees is the same thing as taxes, at least in Portugal. I think that logic applies everywhere. Apart from that, was not just the money, even though that was a huge component. But I remember at one point having 371Bs in my house, a Ronaldo Mega Cracks, a Ronaldo sticker, a bunch of the 2016 cards. And I remember going in vacation, and I felt uncomfortable with that. What if someone breaks into my house? To be fair, my region is very calm, but there is always that on the back of my mind. I had no insurance for them. So I thought, what, even having them on PWCC gives me a comfort of mind. And a thing that I've been noticing is that helps me a lot to sell. Since I have everything there, I just click a button and that's it. Eventually, I may try to get them back into my house, but I use them a lot and I keep everything there, if that's the question, and I actually enjoy PWCC quite a lot. All right. So let's continue. Now we have Pelé, Argentina cards, Crack Golazo. Those cards have been appearing a bit more. So if you guys are not aware, I was talking with a vintage collector probably years ago that he told me this is a reference to an American set. I'm not sure if you guys on the chat know this or not. I also don't know the name of the set, but basically you can see this is American football ball. And there is, I believe is a top set that also have a similar design and end up copying that. But yeah, beautiful card. Things from Argentina in general tend to be difficult. Of course, you can see the grade is not the best. I'm not sure what's going on with the eye appealing there, because actually I don't think the eye appealing is that great on the card. But again, I guess we agree to disagree, right? So another interesting card. This is an alternative rookie. Alternative, I guess you can say, could be the main rookie as long as you like it. But this is an alternative rookie for Beckenbauer. PSA 2, so not the best grade. Is normal to have some damage on the back. Copies without damage, they tend to have a huge premium. If you agree or not, that's up to debate. I think makes sense, actually. I was talking with German collector, again, probably months ago at this point, and he told me that he believes that TTT cards without back damage are really, really rare, and he felt that those cards, even without damage, they will appear a good amount. Not the same for this, but again, track the market close, because we are in a very speculative market. So I see 21 people watching. Well, first of all, thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you are finding some value. And if that's the case, do not forget to leave a like. I also check links below the video. I have a Patreon community if you want to support me, and I have a Discord server where you can interact with me and other collectors there, and I think it's an amazing place to learn and also share your knowledge about the soccer card market. Mike said, would you consider taking a trip to another country to hunt for cards? Which country if you had to choose? So great question, Mike. Honestly, going with that objective alone, no. I think no. For example, I think the Spanish market should be amazing to explore. I think the Italian market, I think the English market are also amazing. I mean, in Europe, there is a lot. But for example, if I go in a vacation in the future, and that's a strong possibility, to France, of course I would try to explore. But going with just that focus, no, because it's too risky. You most likely will fail, especially if you are banking going to flea markets and stuff like that. I know people that came to Portugal and look at flea markets and they don't find anything. And I always say, yeah, no surprise there. I also do that and I don't find it. And I go to more flea markets than most people. And when you find, it's not something too crazy to justify a trip. Don't think you go to a flea market in Portugal and you find the Cruyff rookie, Eusebio rookie, and the Ronaldo rookie. Look, if you are really, really lucky, maybe you find one, but even that will be extremely difficult, and there is a lot of competition nowadays. So, signed card for Franz Beckenbauer. One thing to have in mind, Franz Beckenbauer ended up signing a good amount, and this is not even the best grade. So do not pay a lot for this if you ask me, but it's still a cool collectible, and maybe, you just care about the auto. Probably there will be a huge discount automatic because of the grade, and this is an amazing card to have. If that's the case, that's fair. So another signed card, in this case for Gerd Muller, better condition in this case, but autos is just authentic. Okay. So those cards, I in my video, Investing in Greatness for Beckenbauer, I actually explained the origin of those cards. Those are vending machine cards. In Pokemon, not in Pokemon, in Japan, there was a lot of this. And normally those cards, they tend to have a bit better condition than peg pulled, even though every case will be a case. Okay. A couple of Polyrex. One of the biggest names on the set is Bobby Charlton. Like I said, Bobby Charlton is an all-time great. I have no doubt about that. This is one of my favorite cards for him, probably because I like the Polyrex set a lot. I don't think the market agrees with me on this one. This photo is them actually with the Champions League. They end up showing this at the beginning of the season, and this is actually a great photo, if you ask me. So for Seb, personally feels it makes more sense to invest on rare modern cards, so from 2014 to 2017, okay, versus key cards like 7 on B, since it's easily attainable given the current market. There is always some in the market. Okay, first, that's not a take that you should be ashamed. I think that's totally fine. It's still hard to find sealed product in Spain and Portugal of Megacracks and Mundichrome prior to 2006. In Spain, I don't have a lot of confidence to say yes or not. I think it's difficult. Difficult in a very relative way, because probably Mundichrome is still the easiest thing to find if you are into Spanish chat. So this is a tricky question to end up asking there. In Portugal, I think Megacrack sealed is fairly difficult, yes. It's not impossible, but it's fairly difficult. But going back to this question, first, actually, I would love to pick your brain a bit more on this one. The reason I'm saying I would love to pick your brain a bit more on this one is I also think about this type of topics, as you can imagine, and I have positions in modern and also pre-modern and also some vintage. So this is a topic that, again, we all kind of struggle because we can say, yeah, modern numbered stuff, yeah, it's true that the rarity is there, especially, of course, numbered cards. But in the other hand, how much those sets will stand the test of time, how much of this fake scarcity will matter. And the problem that I have with modern is this. I think if you are targeting very, very specific sets, and I will repeat myself over and over in this, but we all know. I think Prism 2014 is an amazing set. I think Chrome 2017 is an amazing set. And of course, you also have other beautiful sets like Flawless, Eminence. I believe Eminence is 2018, right? So a bit over, but you get the point. But the problem I have with this comment, the problem in one sense is I feel like you are just focusing in the correct sets. But a lot of people tell me this, and I even ask, okay, but what are you buying for Messi, for example? And they are buying third year select, second year select, and second year Optica, a random Merlin Gold for Messi. Random is never random because for Messi there is always a target there, I guess. But you get the point, right? Is Yeah, that I'm not sure if will play out that well, especially because modern there will be a huge flash out in terms of investors, flippers. I still think there is something to be done there, and a lot of things will be relevant. That's my problem with modern, and I feel like in vintage, in pre-modern, you know that, or at least you have a better idea of what you should target. So Neil says, me too. I like buying Messi numbered cars on Ross's PSA 10, 150 euro. See, Niels, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't like that buy at all. I think that's a really, really tricky stuff to be buying. The reason I'm saying this is, and at the end of the day, this is just my opinion, of course, but I don't think Don Ross's is a super relevant set in our market. Can become in the future, maybe, but I don't see it. I think, like, at least most collectors I talk about, they tend to agree it's probably a cheap product, is a cheap alternative to other sets, and that alone makes me not like the product that much. And I don't think a Messi PSA 10 Don Ross's, again, I don't know. I guess I would love to know first opinions since I'm talking about that. Is 2015 Don Ross's a set that you also think is investable? I personally don't, being totally transparent, but yeah. Okay, now we continue with this. We have Polyrex Computer Pure Football, a couple of cards, Kaiser being a relevant player. We also have not a rookie, but early cards for Alex Ferguson. Some people may consider him the best coach ever. I think he's for sure in the discussion. We also have, again, but this is not the true rookie, by the way. Let's keep moving there. So those Passett cards, they are actually quite common. I've been seeing them appearing a lot. Oh my god, so many in the auction actually. 74, I believe, is the first World Cup for... maybe not, but I believe it's actually the first World Cup for Cruyff. The first and the only. Correct me on this if I'm wrong, guys, but I think that's the case. So maybe there is something there. Mario Kempes rookie. Oh, not a rookie. Wait, is this a rookie for Mario Kempes? Okay, no, I'm not sure actually. I thought this was a rookie, but no, I'm not sure. But yeah, Mario Kempes ended up being the hero of Argentina in '78. He's a very important player. And really cool cards. I mean, things from Argentina in general tend to be tricky to find. Now we have a 77 crack Maradona disc. This one does not look in bad condition at all. But again, it's the true rookie for Maradona. If you are in a budget, maybe this is something you want to pay attention. I will actually put in the favorites. I want to see how far this card can actually go in a condition like this. Now we have Passarella. Passarella was also a very important player for Argentina '78. We have, of course, the Maradona Crack Campeonato Mundial. Those cards have been appearing too much for my taste, I have to say it. But honestly, look, this copy looks really nice on the front. There is, again, some mark on the back, but really nice card. And the eye peeling on the front is actually quite nice. The problem with this is from the 78, in 78 you guys have three cards. You have the Libro de Estampas, the Crack Mundial, this one, and the Crack Mundial, but the cartoon. And in terms of Pop Report, this seems by a large margin actually the easiest one to find. Looking at the raw market and actually have good connections in Argentina, I feel like this is the one that appears the most. But again, people also love the photo, so that means a lot. For said, when I started 3 years ago, I never thought the flawless Ronaldo was in a reach at all. Now it's different, for sure. If I have to choose between a flawless CR7 or 7Bs now, probably will choose the first. I think it depends first. I think it depends a lot on the grade. You are targeting what? Because how much is a flawless CR7 is still a lot of money, I would assume. So you probably can still also buy an amazing copy of 7-1-Bs, and depending on the grade, my opinion may change there. Neil said first numbered Messi Barcelona shirt rookie safer. Yes, I risk, but can I reward? Can buy a reward. Nils, I think you are kind of like me. You struggle with English. No, I'm not criticizing you. I'm also the same, but sometimes it's difficult to understand what you type. Um, for said full disclosure, there could be another 50% off of flawless CR7 incoming mount tier, but I could always pick up a second flawless to average out. No, that's fine. I mean, again, if you are just dollar cost average your way into the market, it's totally fine. But I understand. Okay. No, but again, first, I think there is your way of approaching the market is not incorrect. I may do it in a different way, but I don't think it's incorrect. At the end of the day, we do not know for sure. At one point, modern ended up correcting a lot. Maybe right now there is something to be said as a good entry point. Okay, we keep moving there. Now we have what? My internet is a bit slow. Okay, now we have a couple of relevant players, but let's keep this. Luis Monti, Omar, Didi. I mean, all-time greats, to be honest. But the cards, I don't think are. Again, it's something that if you are a collector, pay attention. But otherwise, I would not focus too much on them. Now we have As Emilio Dianos Maradona. I talk about this card a couple of times. Same image as the Liber de Estampas, but it's not Liber de Estampas. This was from a set that there was a lot of different stuff, dinosaurs, music stars. When Maradona ended up appearing on the set. I could be wrong, but I think that's the set. 2 years ago, I was not 2 years ago. 1 year ago, I was very focused on the Maradona market. And I knew his market very, very well. So now we have the 79 Crack Super Football Diego Maradona. Those have appearing a lot. Honestly, those are solid grades, PSA 3s. Most of the ones we tend to see are PSA 1s and PSA 2s. Probably even more PSA 1s, I feel like. But yeah, guys, I have almost 20 people watching right now the stream. Thank you so much for that. If you can leave a like, I would appreciate quite a lot. Check links below the video. I have a Patreon community and a Discord server if you want to join. Okay, let's keep moving. Another card that I feel like I've been appearing too much. I always felt this card was tricky to find, but recently I've been appearing a good amount. I may have to pick up one, to be honest, since I do not have. Another very important player, Lautaro Matos, one of the best German players ever, ended up winning World Cup in the 90s, and he's a legend for sure. This is not the true rookie, sadly, but he's probably the obtainable rookie for most of us. There is also a different version of this card. There is another rookie on this year, by better saying. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, now I know. So yeah, Diego Maradona on the back. Kind of weird they end up putting this on the soccer stuff, but whatever. 90 Panini World Cup, first year for Romário with Brazil. Legend will be my next investing in greatness, will be Romário, if you guys want to know. Zamorano, lucky, important player. Makelele, who remembers Makelele on this live chat? His time at Real Madrid was insane. He also played very well at Chelsea. Legendary player, similar to his play style was a bit different, but I would say similar to Kante, hard worker and a lot of quality, to be honest. For said, thank you for sharing your thought. It's maybe be doubtful sometimes when you make personal decisions on cards, for sure, especially during fluctuating market. Recent dashes are showing solid results high-end. Yeah, I think specific for Messi, am I wrong on that? Because I did not feel that high-end for Ronaldo was doing that well, which is normal, since the Ronaldo market is probably, I mean, we all know what's going on with Ronaldo, right? was the Messi win plus him going to Saudi, but could be short term. So this is actually Flash. Zidane, let's say rookie card, even though this is not the true rookie, is 92, 93. The true rookie is the Panini Foot 92 that represents season 91, 92. It's a nice card. PSA 8 tends to be a solid grade. I like this card quite a lot. Apart from the rookie, it's probably my favorite card for Zinedine Zidane. The blue with the France flag on the top. I really like it. A small detail that is actually a big one is that basically Zidane in the rookie was playing at Cannes, and in the second year, in this case, let's say the rookie card is playing at Bordeaux, so end up changing team. If this card was still with Cannes, I believe will be a much more important one for Zidane, even though it's still quite important. PSA 8 is probably a solid grade. I don't have the pop report with me right now, of course, but it's probably a solid grade if I had to guess. Most of them tend to be, at least the ones I find, PSA 5, PSA 4, maybe 6, 7, 8, probably really difficult. Now we have a couple of legends from Brazil. We start with Rivaldo, PSA 3. Looks okay. Centering is not the best. I was a huge fan of Rivaldo. I'm still a huge fan of Rivaldo, to be honest. I always felt that Rivaldo was underrated because when you I talk about this quite a lot even on Discord. He made such an amazing World Cup in '98. I thought was one of the best players of the tournament, and he also made an incredible World Cup in 2002. In 2002, he ended up winning the World Cup. I know Ronaldo was the MVP of the tournament, but I thought Rivaldo was actually the better player on that. I know some people disagree with this one, but it is what it is. Rivaldo, every time he played for Brazil was insane, and also have very good seasons at Palmeiras, Barcelona. Barcelona ended up winning Ballon d'Or, also with Deportivo, so amazing player for sure. Roberto Carlos, probably the best left back ever, even though this is debatable, as you can imagine. He appears in a lot of lists when you look at the best 11 ever. It's probably between him and Maldini. Sometimes people put Maldini on central, on the center of defense, and they adapt to both. But for sure, one of the best players ever. For a PSA 2, this looks quite nice. Not sure what's going on there, but yeah, great sticker. Probably you don't need to pay a lot. I suspect this will go for very little. Also, important note that the only true rookie for him, same logic for Rivaldo. Now talking a legend that is probably bigger than the other two is Ronaldo, R9. This guy was insane. Until this day, probably the best striker I ever saw. One bad thing about this card is the pop is actually increasing very fast right now. Not sure what's going on. Personally, I would not pay a lot for this card, even though you do you if this is a card you really want. I also think a PSA 4, a PSA 5, or a PSA 6 is almost the same thing most of the time in this card. Probably a really hot take. But the reality is this is uncut, so how much can you... The condition rarities in uncut cards is really overrated most of the time, honestly. Hey John, how you doing? What's up, my friend? Welcome to the stream. So if you are like John and joining the stream right now, do not forget to leave the like. Really, I know I ask for the like quite a lot, but really helps the stream to get better numbers, to have more people interacting this live, the next live. So it's quite important. So I talked about this a couple of times already. Be careful with these cards. Be careful in the sense that if you are thinking you are buying a 70, in this case, there is no reason to think about that. It says PSA grade 94 and correct. But I thought that there was, there was a couple of ones going around mislabeled. So when they say, actually they say World Cup story on the back. So you automatically know this is World Cup story and it's 94, not the original one. Paul Scholes, great card for him. I still consider this a rookie. I know some people may disagree, but beautiful cards. I also love the David Beckham one. Those are really cheap right now. And I think Paul Scholes is, again, a all-time great in the Premier League. So Maradona with with Boca Juniors in his comeback. Interesting stuff. Never saw this card, I have to say. Not a super relevant card for him, but it's the first time I'm seeing. Chromie, Fundação El Futebolista, Futebol Mania, Upper Deck. Oh, okay. Did not know about this, but interesting to be honest. Amazing card in terms of eye appealing. Still one of my favorite cards in the market until this day. When I think about a super iconic card in pre-modern, this is one of the first cards that comes to my mind. I know people may prefer other rookies for him, and I also love the Merlin sticker, the LCD card, but in terms of being iconic, this is it for David Beckham, at least for me. I think this is a super iconic card. Amazing colors, amazing photo, symbolizes a very important moment for David Beckham. He scored a crazy goal, and it looks like a typical American card. And I know some people love that, and look, I also love that. I also love to see the stats. Really nice card. Another interesting card, to be honest, this is a Russian version, so quite more difficult to find than a normal version. A normal version, I believe, is Spanish, right? The Russian tends to be a bit more difficult. You can see population 1 of 5. 1 of 5, to be honest, for a 7 surprises me. Those cards, especially the Spanish ones, I would say, this blue, they so many problems normally. And also the centering tends to be a bit problematic. This one looks really nice. The centering could be a bit better, but the edges are nice. This is kind of, again, not a rookie to be fair, but he's still Ronaldo with PSV, and that alone, I think some people may really appreciate that since they connect with the rookie era. So this is kind of the second year Merlin Gold for David Beckham. Great photo also, really clean card. Same logic as the other one, even though this is of course much more iconic than the second year, but really nice card also. Stefan says, how much do you think the Beckham 8.5 is valued at, Andre? Good question. Okay, I guess I can make a prediction. I would say maybe $60, but I guess we can check. I know that those cards are down a lot. Really down. Take a look at that. So I guess we take the grade. Let's see. Look, I'm really good at this stuff, my friend. I said $60, it's 62. To be fair, I did not saw this sale, but I thought it made sense. Okay, BGS went for a bit more, $100, and now $200. So you can see that there is a huge correction on this. It's kind of crazy. To be fair, this 8 was really, okay, this was fixed price. And $9, $200, this seems about right. So yeah. Okay. Exactly. I mean, was likely to be honest, but I don't know. I have that idea that could be around that since I know this card is on a lot. This card, by the way, actually we can check that. Let's see how much this card was going. So, all right. So, okay, for the 8.5 BGS in 2021 was more than $500. Look at that. And no, not even with subgrades. And I actually trust SEC grading more than I trust BGS. I think they are a bit more harsh than BGS, but yeah, this was probably prime or close to that market. Another card that is down a lot. I don't know why I'm opening the cards, but Mundicromo Samuel Eto'o 7. This one looks okay. The centering may be a bit off top to bottom. Most of the time the problem with this card is actually the centering, but is again the only rookie for Samuel Eto'o. I think Samuel Eto'o is a historical player. You can make a solid argument that Samuel Eto'o is actually the best African player ever, or at least top 5. And again, you can make the argument for the best, but top 5, I think most people would put him Ibrahimovic. Okay. Quite interesting. This is actually the top grade. Let's see if we can find Ibrahimovic there. I got a question about this on my Patreon community this week, and my opinion is not the best about team cards. But again, it is what it is. Okay, wait. Okay. Where is Ibrahimovic? Not team, is not team, is not team. Ah, here we go. I was looking for Longer, but yeah. Is this guy right? I think so. So yeah, guys, I guess we are around 20 likes. Thank you so much for that. Really, really means a lot, and it's a pleasure to spend this time with all of you guys. Okay, now we have Fernando Torres, Mondicromo, Fernando Torres, Mondicromo. Those are rookie cards for Fernando Torres. Important player, honestly, ended up being part of the tremendous success that Spain ended up happening. Was not the most important player there, but was an important player. I think Villa, for example, was much more important, especially in the World Cup 2010. But he's an important player in general in our market. This stuff from Mundicrom, sadly, is not that rare, so have that in consideration. 2002 set, we have Gianluigi Buffon, my favorite goalkeeper, or I don't know, I also love Neuer. You guys know I go back and forth with Neuer and Buffon, but for sure one of my favorites. And this is an interesting card for him since he's kind of like one of the first major real cards for Buffon. This grade is not the best, to be honest. Those cards they have some conditional rarity, but you have to focus on tens. Axel said, "Yep, that's him." I was struggling a bit there, Axel. The GOAT for Americans, of course. Do you guys think Pulisic already surpassed Landon Donovan? Or do you guys still have him as the best American player? Or maybe even Dempsey, to be honest? Okay, Rune rookie card, PSA 9, not a bad grade, beautiful card for him, love the blue background. Is a tops card, so I think there is extra collectability there, automatic. Really, really nice card. Does not seem super rare, but again, is a rookie for Rune. A player that ended up promising a lot, but then never ended up delivering the way we all expected. But I thought was a great player at one point in time. I know right now he's facing a lot of problems. But yeah, not a super relevant player, but I thought it was important to talk about him. David Villa rookie, ST sticker. Love the look of this sticker. There is different alternatives. You have the Mundicromo card, you have the Mega Cracks. The SS sticker is also a nice alternative. BGS 7, not the best grade. Not sure what's going on there. Centering 6.5. I don't think the centering is that bad, honestly, so this could be even a good card to crack and regrade if the value was there. Maybe the David Villa market is not that relevant for you to crack and send it again. First year for Ronaldinho at at Barcelona. My favorite player growing up, you guys already know. Nowadays, probably my favorite player is Messi. Maybe that ended up changing over time. But at one point, this guy was the man. His prime was insane to watch until this day. Some of my best memories in football is with moments of Ronaldinho. Donovan is a top 25 player of all time. Pulisic is nowhere near that level. Top 25 player of all time. What? You are joking, right, Pep? You know that Xavi and Iniesta struggled to make top 30. Top 25 in the American region, I hope. Not even that. I mean, if Americas have Brazil and Andre, David said, Andre, top 5 stickers of the 21st century. Hmm. So 21. So 2001 and after that, right? Well, Ronaldo for sure. ST sticker for sure for Messi. So those are automatic, a given. Man, I have to think about that. Iniesta Super Estrelas 2002. Yeah, Iniesta for sure. I will try to not repeat players because I could put a couple of Ronaldo stickers that I really like, or even Messi, but who can I put there? So those three are really, really solid. Okay, 2001 Panini Foot Ronaldinho. I also really like that sticker. It's also quite difficult to find. Probably I'm forgetting one that is super obvious and I'm not thinking about. Neymar have cards, no stickers. Muller have a couple of nice stickers, but I don't think they are super iconic. I know, look, I could put, for example, Modric rookie, but I think that's unfair. It's so difficult to find that. Yeah, I have to pass that. Kaká could be a good choice. Daniel Alves could also be a good choice. So I'm almost sure on the 4. Iniesta, Ronaldinho, Messi and Ronaldo. The 5th is where I think I said a couple of great names. I think Kaká could be a really solid choice. Yeah, let's go with Kaká. Kidding, okay. Ronaldinho 2006 World Cup card is, in my opinion, one of the best looking cards for Ronaldinho in Brazil. Totally agree, George. I think, welcome, my friend. Totally agree. That card, that set is beautiful. Top 100 is maybe fair. You guys are joking, right? Top 100 all time, man. Come on. I think most Americans put Pulisic pick above Donovan's pick. It's just a matter of if Pulisic will stay healthy long enough to break all the scoring records, which he should be. I agree with that. I'm kidding, neither sniff top 100. Strikers, not stickers. Oh man, I spent so much time checking that. Okay. So let's take out Messi and Ronaldo. I guess you can make an argument that Ronaldo had been a striker, even Messi played very up front, but let's take those two out because you know those will be the automatic two strikers that I would put on my list. I think one that I would put for sure, two, no, actually three. So there is automatic 3 names that I would put on the list. Suarez, Lewandowski, Benzema. Those are a given. I mean, Benzema won Ballon d'Or, 5 Champions League, and maybe even wins another Champions League. So what can you say about Benzema? His career is insane. I believe he's also top 4 in the Champions League all-time goal scorers. The next one will be Lewandowski. Again, also I believe he's number third actually on the position number 3 in the all-time great in the all-time goal scorer for Champions League. Ended up winning 2 FIFA the best. He never ended up winning Ballon d'Or, but we know that the COVID one was for him, and for me, he's a Ballon d'Or caliber type of player that year for sure. Also great career, ended up breaking a couple of records in Bayern Munich. Suarez, amazing prime, plays very well at Liverpool, insane at Barcelona, ended up winning a lot of stuff, and that had numbers that ended up being comparable at one point with Messi and Ronaldo. That alone is huge for him. Another player that I would put probably will be Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I know Zlatan is a bit more controversial. Some people may not like him that much, but I enjoy Zlatan. I think he ended up winning in different countries, and he did not score as much goals as the others. But to be fair, I think he has actually great numbers. But he scored amazing goals, and I think that's important. Now the final strike, and to be fair, the final one is always the one that gets me all the time. There's a lot of great strikers: Cavani, Harry Kane. I guess I would put probably Rooney, honestly. I know I have a Rooney in front of me, but probably Rooney could be a solid choice. But that's more debatable, I guess. Van Persie, even Haaland. I mean, Haaland probably will make that list very soon. It's Donovan World Cup performance that have solidified his stats, but Pulisic has a better career overall. Okay. Thanks, no problem, friend. You are right, top 100 is not happening yet. Yeah. Falcão from that generation had an incredible pick. No, Falcão was amazing. Let's see your list. First tier, Benzema, Lewandowski, and Suarez. I probably agree with that. Second tier, Zlatan, Agüero, Cavani. Seems fine. I think Cavani is probably a bit below Zlatan and Agüero. I think you need to put Van Persie and Rooney. I think those are also amazing. And this is very, very tricky because are we also counting, for example, a player like Thierry Henry on the, I'm not sure. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for leaving a like. 21 likes. Really, really appreciate that. If you are watching the stream for the first time, or again, feel free to leave a like, to subscribe, all the good stuff, and also check the links below. Let's keep moving. By the way, legend player for my country. So I was talking about this, Mega Fishes 2003-2004, first year at Ronaldinho, for Ronaldinho at Barcelona. Love the look of this card. I think it's actually one of the best cards that you can find for him in the first year. Typical portrait. The market appreciates, and I also agree with the market on that one. Schneider, rookie sticker, Football 2003-2004. There is actually a lot of rookies on this set. Schneider, Van Persie, Aaron Robben, also a very early card for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So a set that actually is important if you ask me. Schneider at one point almost, at least there is still debate if Schneider should have won the Ballon d'Or in 2010 or not. I don't think so, being honest, but he was an amazing player for sure. We also have Wayne Rooney tops 2004. He tops. Those cards are numbered, right? Am I wrong about this? Maybe they are not numbered. I thought there was. I think there is a variation of this card that is numbered. Yeah, they are kind of numbered, right? Says limited population of 2000. Okay. I mean, probably the survival rate was not amazing. I suspect at best maybe there is 1k. No. But yeah, not a rookie card, but first year with England, so there is something there. And something that you don't see very frequently is actually the rights for England. And I think that's cool. Forlan was also amazing. I agree, Valencia. Griezmann. No, yeah, Griezmann can also be in the. The thing with Griezmann is not like a pure striker. If you look at Griezmann playing with France, he almost is basically a playmaker nowadays, and I think he does that very, very well. I thought Griezmann made such an impressive tournament in Qatar. But yeah, Griezmann is a solid choice. I picked up that Schneider rookie last week, PSA 8, $20. Oof. That seems a really, really nice deal, honestly. $20 already graded an 8. I like it. Tops now before tops now. Yeah. Ooh, Drogba. Man, I forgot Drogba. Oh, no, I feel bad. Oh, man, I forgot. I even forgot Samuel Eto'o. Okay, never mind. My top 5 is debatable. Drogba, yes. Drogba was insane. Huge fan of Drogba. Did you guys know that Drogba ended up stopping a war? If you don't know, Google that. It's actually an amazing story. Rookie card for Sergio Ramos. Again, PSA 6, but looks quite decent. A bit off center on the back. Tends to be the problem with Mundichrome, as you guys should know. But those cards are down so much. Don't surprise me if you buy this for $10. And if you are a collector, having this or an 8, probably the same thing, to be honest. Messi Mundichrome rookie. This is not the foil. It says foil, but I don't think it's the foil. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think this is the foil. At least does not look like. But again, I like this card a lot for Lionel Messi. I understand that people may not like the fact that there is so many players, but this is a nice card. And in terms of rarity, the pop is not crazy, especially comparing with the original, let's say Mundichrome. So I kind of like it. I love Drogba rookie sticker. I also like the Drogba rookie sticker. I had a BGS 95 that I sold, but eventually at the time I was trying to get funds to buy another card, but eventually I'll try to get another nice Drogba rookie sticker. I thought you are ranking strikers in the last decade. Yeah, I don't know, Pepe. I also got a bit lost there. Valencia said Drogba and that Ivory Coast generation were incredible. Yeah. I mean, Drogba was insane, but not only Drogba, like you said, Gervinho was really good at one point in time. Yaya Touré, of course, the other Touré on defense. Great generation for sure. Xavi, my favorite midfielder, I would say. I struggle between him and Iniesta, as you guys know, but I love Xavi a lot. I think this guy was amazing. 9.5 looks really nice. Great card. I understand that the market does not care about 2004 Xavi, but to be fair, this is from... Oh, this is the Spanish version. If this was the Catalan version, will be even better. But great for a set that people recognize it because of Messi. So talking about Messi, Spanish version, the white card, the 89 Messi, probably the rookie I like the least, especially because I end up using the same photo as the 7 on Bs, and I also not a crazy fan of the facsimile auto, but I guess people may disagree there. Ivory Coast in FIFA during those years ended up being incredible. Yeah, I also remember that. Fun question, who would win between all-time France versus all-time Brazil? That's a Brazil, I think Brazil, yeah. Brazil easily. I would not say easily, but I mean, if you think about France would have what? Platini, Henry, Zidane, Mbappe probably will make the list also. Copa. I mean, it will be an amazing team by France. I'm not sure about easily, but I would go with Brazil. I mean, Ronaldo, Pelé is just insane, right? So another really nice card for Xavi, the typical dead shot. Actually, I like this photo a bit more. I guess it's debatable. Actually, I love this design with the Barcelona logo. Again, it's debatable. I also understand people like the portrait quite a lot. PSA 7, Lionel Messi, already at 400. People automatic bid on this card. Let's take a look. Oh, what I did. Sorry for that, guys. Take a look at the card. Zidane, Vieira, yeah, I mean, France has amazing players. I mean, that's why I don't think it's easy. I think it will be a great matchup. I just think it's difficult to go against Brazil, it's just... The card seems a bit open, right, on the slab. Almost feels like does not fit the slab very well. I don't know. Let's take a look at the front. Nice corners on the top. Honestly, looks nice. I guess you can say there is, but even if you look at PSA 9s, PSA 10s, they also have a bit of whites normal, especially on the bottom. It's very rare to find something super clear. The front looks nice. The centering, I don't think is amazing, right? because I think this is a bit too big. Yeah, I think this is a bit too big. The centering is not perfect. Not that the eye appealing of this card gets super affected by the centering, but yeah, I think that could be a factor that puts his grain, the grain a bit down. Okay, the back is a bit more problematic. I'm automatic seeing some damage. The front was better. Honestly, it looks nice for a 7. Can any country match Brazil all-time legends? I don't think so. Yeah, basically what he said. In terms of star, probably not. I think you can make insane teams with France, with Brazil, with Germany, but probably Brazil will come out on top. Yeah, maybe a better defense. But even that, I'm not sure. Because we have Cafu and Roberto Carlos. So automatic, you have two all-time greats. I guess central defenders, yes. But yeah, it's tricky. That happened with a lot of mega cracks I have graded recently. Cards are bouncing around in the plastic. Yeah, okay, so I end up giving the comment for this one, but I also see more of those appearing. Not sure what's going on. Why the card is not fit anymore? I don't get it. Bzil said, "Hey André, hey, how are you doing, my friend? Finally found and bought a Nogomet Modric. Oh man, congrats! That's amazing, my friend. Definitely one of my biggest collecting challenges for sure. Hey, if you find the extra one, let me know. I would love to be part of your group. I'm joking, kind of not. Croatian collectors are very proud of Modric, so it was very difficult to make a deal. No, but congrats, really. Great card. One of the cards I would not mind to have in the future for sure, but I know it's probably too expensive for now. Not that I don't think it does not deserve to be expensive, because it's a great card, but yeah. So let's move on. PSA 9 Horizontales Mundicromo Fichas Liga. Really cool card, I mean. Ronaldo, okay, now this is another thing that I would love to know all of your opinions, guys. I think Ronaldo has such an amazing market. Don't you guys agree with me? Because if you think about if you want to have a rookie for him, you have the footballs that are obtainable, especially the headshot, and this is probably the rookie that people like the most. You also have the foil card that is a nice alternative, probably a bit more even difficult to fake. You also have the Estrelas that I may not like that as much, but is still a rookie card and is with Brazil that people connect a lot Ronaldo with. So I think his rookie material is very interesting. Second year cards, you also have amazing stuff for him. Third year cards, you have amazing stuff for him. You have the first cards with Barcelona that are beautiful. You have the first cards with Inter that are beautiful. In Italy, they end up having some product that is actually quite unique, and some condition rarity plus some true rarity. And then you also have when he goes to Madrid, all the Mundicromo stuff, the mega cracks. You have the 2006 card, the 2002. There is a couple of rare variations, right? I think his market is really nice. If you are a collector of one player in pre-modern, I don't think it's much better than Ronaldo. I think you can explore the Ronaldo market so much. You have really rare stuff. You have amazing stuff with Madrid. I really like it. I think this guy have an amazing market, and that's one of the reasons I feel like we see a lot of collectors for Ronaldo, because they also understand that they, okay, I buy the rookies, but that's not it, or there is more than that. Not sure if I made a lot of sense there. What do you guys think? Mundichrome was ahead of their time with inserts. Yeah, Mundichrome Foundation, when the guy created this company, I believe he created it in Valencia, actually, by the way, my friend. His inspiration was baseball cards, so kind of makes sense that he was a bit ahead of the competition. Ronaldo market is so well set up. Totally agree, James. You have so many legendary sets, clubs, even high-end autos that are tough grails in the pre-modern. Exactly. Because you have grails in multiple ways, right? Look, having a top grade for the rookie, 100% is a grail. I mean, those don't appear that often, no matter the card you are talking about. Um, but even pre-modern, if you look at some inserts with Mega Cracks, with Mundicromo, some inserts in Italy are really, really tricky. For example, El Grandi. Oh, man, those cards are so difficult to find in amazing condition. And then you also have some kind of high-end, 92 is my favorite card for Ronaldo. Okay. Hard to find as well. Can't even find on eBay Spain. Only 4 in bad condition. Okay. George said, I only focus on collecting 3 players: Ronaldinho, Zidane, and Ronaldo, R9. By the way, that's amazing. Those 3 guys are some of my favorite players. My whole collection consists of these 3 players only because they are my favorite players of all time. That's amazing. Look, I could see myself also doing that, George. I love those 3 guys, especially Ronaldinho, but even Zidane and Ronaldo. I mean, what the players, right? So I have an old video on this YouTube channel. So I feel like today I'm focusing a bit more on the shot and less on the cards, but I hope you guys don't mind that. But I have a video on this channel that I end up talking about my dream cards and probably surprise a lot of you guys because some people may say, "Oh, the Alif, the Maradona discs, whatever." No, not really. My dream cards end up being the football. When I started the market, to be fair, until this day, they are very special for me. The football Ronaldo, the headshot, I really love that card. I also like the foil, but the headshot is something special. I wanted a nice Zidane foot. I think that card is amazing. I think he's probably one of the most iconic stickers. I wanted the Ronaldinho 99 because he's the true rookie. He's not my favorite card for Ronaldinho, I have to say it. I actually like a couple of cards with PSG and even with Barcelona. I'm sorry, a bit more. But I wanted that. I wanted the Messi's Mega Cracks and the Ronaldo Mega Cracks. For the Ronaldo could be the card or the sticker. It was a bit irrelevant. And the reason is those are the rookies, those are the first things, and those are the 5 players I really, really loved. Of course, I also like Xavi, Iniesta, as you guys know, but it's a bit different. But yeah, nice that you shared that, George. Really appreciate. And you are so I shared with you my 5, and inside of my 5, those 3 are also there. Ronaldinho actually have a similar market to Ronaldo. I agree. Ronaldinho, I think Zidane feels a bit short, right, for some reason. But I don't know why. Zidane should also have a really good market. I don't know, feels a bit short. But I agree. The Ronaldinho is. I think, James, if you just collect one player, Ronaldinho is again one of the best options. You could focus so much on having all the nice grades with Mega Cracks, with Mundicromo, then the PSG cards that are so tough in general. The rookie, you need one, and that's it. No, but yeah, Ronaldinho, low-key, is the type of player that. So I'm talking with you guys, but this is. Again, there is no financial advice on this talk. This is me as a collector, really. And I love this type of conversation. Sometimes I even think I should do more of this and less of the investing talk, to be fair. But sometimes I think about, look, I guess I collect Messi, but that's a bit boring to say. In the sense that kind of everyone collects Messi nowadays. If I had to collect one player, man, Ronaldinho could be an amazing choice because I think you can make such a beautiful collection for Ronaldinho with you do not need a crazy budget. Same for Ronaldo. Same for Buffon, Neuer, Iniesta. I think you can make such amazing collections for all-time greats that our market is amazing, my friends. Is basically the message. Nicola said, James, didn't you tell me once that everyone goes through a 90s Ronaldo sticker phase? 90s Ronaldo sticker phase. Some wonderful variations, great design. I mean, I'm not sure if he said that, but if he said that's correct. Pep said, Zidane, best French player of all time. I think that's a fair take. I think he's probably between him and Platini. And I think Mbappe, if he wins a couple of Ballon d'Ors, maybe will also be in the conversation. James said, there is Ronaldinho cards I've been looking for years that I still haven't seen on the public market. Makes it fun, to be honest, but frustrating. Yeah. I think I know what cards you're talking. The PSG ones and the mega crack stuff is really really difficult. James, you have what, two? I believe two or three the patch cards, right? If you want to sell me one, send me a DM because I'm actually looking for one. So, guys, do not forget to leave a like if you also enjoy this type of conversations. It's very important to have some confirmation from you guys. But yeah, I mean, what a player, amazing market, and you can collect such amazing things for him without breaking the bank. And the good thing about this type of players, even though I know Ronaldo have some modern stuff, is they do not have the same amount of modern as players like Messi, as you can imagine. So you really can have the best stuff without going crazy, or some of the best stuff. PSA 10, incredible, great. The centering on the back seems a bit off, but is also old cert, so could be that. But seems really sharp. A really nice photo for Messi. PSA population one of 8. These Super Barca stickers, I feel like they are a bit common. One of the problems is, not sure right now, but at one point I saw some sealed product for these stickers going around. But it's a PSA 10, so really, really nice sticker. 7 World Cup Germany. I said this a couple of times. Those cards in end, they actually look really nice. Oh, this one has a really bad corner. His legacy strong with 2 World Cups as well. Yeah, no, Ronaldo is all-time great for sure. Okay, 8.5. I had in the past 8.5 without subgrade, so I wonder if this was mine. Maybe not, to be honest, but I had one. Oh, someone was talking about this card today on the chat, Ronaldinho 2006. Really beautiful card, I agree. But this set is beautiful. I mean, I don't care about the rarity. I know people say, oh, the rarity, etc. Yeah, maybe they are not super rare, even though everything is relative. But in terms of eye appealing, oh man, looks so nice. The Brazilian colors is just a beautiful, beautiful card. Totally agree. Even the Messi one looks really nice, but the foil ones, they look even better. World Cup Germany, Ronaldo, PSA. Ooh, a bunch of PSA 10s. Look at that, guys. I love the Zidane photo on this one. I think looks really, really nice. Also great photo for Ibrahimovic. Look-y, one of the best cards for Ibrahimovic if you cannot afford the rookie. And I guess the rookie is not even a card, so... One of the coolest designs for Mundichrome. I really like the Revelation 2007 Mundichrome, and the Messi photo is really, really nice. Him with the ball. Really, really cool card. The grade is not the best, but... and there is a couple of variations for those cards. Maybe not this year, but I believe there is one year that there is round corners and sharp corners. And past the link, it's a French collector's account. And past the link, it's a French collector's account. So do you want the link for this card? Is that right? I can send it, sure. Oh my god. Did you guys saw that? What? Oh man, someone is bidding right now. So, rookie card for Manuel Neuer. The grade is not the best. This card has some condition rarity, to be fair. There is also 2 stickers for him. If you want something different in the rookie material. I like the card, but I also like the stickers. Messi PSA 8, the orange Messi. Really, really nice card. One of my favorite inserts. The grade could be a bit better, but still a nice card. He's actually Kaká first year, if I'm not mistaken, at Real Madrid. No, I'm pretty sure because he ended up joining Real Madrid in the same year as Cristiano Ronaldo. Man, I had such high hopes for him at Real Madrid, but he never ended up performing the way we expected. Kevin De Bruyne rookie, not the easiest card to find, or sticker to find, but he's on a lot, to be honest. I think this year, not Modric, Modric also, but Kevin De Bruyne have a really, really nice chance to win Champions League, and I think that alone would make his market much, much more special. I think he's missing a big win, a big tournament. I understand Premier League is already a big tournament, but I think he deserves even a bit more. If he can win a Champions League or even two Champions League, I think that will make wonders for his market because I have no doubt he's one of the best players in the world right now. I see a lot of talk for Haaland potentially winning the Ballon d'Or if they win the Champions League. I think Kevin De Bruyne should also be in the conversation. I think his work is insane, but of course I also understand the hype for him. Another for Haaland. Another player that ended up promising a lot at one point in time was Coutinho, never ended up delivering that way. He had a couple of good seasons at Liverpool, but nothing crazy, and also at Inter. Okay, now we start entering the modern era. Keylor Navas red, good keeper, but not super relevant for our market, I would say. I have 4 Kevin De Bruyne. That sticker. Congrats, my friend. That's not that easy. At least I don't find it that easy to find. But you are from Belgium, right? So maybe that's why. Really nice photo for Neymar. Actually love the blue jersey for Brazil. I think looks really, really nice. And it's kind of cool because the Ali Footballoguette Pelé is also wearing a blue jersey, right? So kind of makes me, I think there is some connection there, right? National Pride PSA 10, PSA Population 1 of 11. I like those inserts on Select. I think they are really nice. I think the Pride ones are some of my favorites. Ultimate Teams also really, really cool. All inserts in Select are nice. Neymar Orange PSA 9, PSA 1 of 1 for Great Desire. Also really, really nice cards. I like the blue a bit more. Yeah, I had the idea that you are from Belgium. Okay, Lewandowski. Cool card, to be honest. Not a set that I know a lot, but cool card. PSA 9 Mbappé, the true rookie, let's be real. Really, really cool sticker. I wish was a bit more rare because this sticker would be quite huge in our market. But there is some condition rarity, especially for the 10s, not as much for the 9s. Kimmich rookie. So this set also have a rookie for Kai Havertz, the match attacks at 2016. Amazing player, by the way. Actually, I have the idea that his rookie is 2015, but again, I will not. Yeah, I have to check after the stream. Some gold cards from Nobility. Some people may really like those sets. I think they are cool, as you can see. Rooney, legend. Ooh, this one with United looks really nice. Mike said, how is the Bergkamp market? Prisma and Androssa seem very, very Bergkamp heavy all of a sudden. Yeah, Mike, I also noticed that, but I don't have a great explanation for why that's happening. The Bergkamp market was really solid 1 year ago, 2 years ago for the rookie market. Modern, I never tracked it that close, so I cannot comment on that. But the cards I see people posting, they look really cool. And Bergkamp was a huge legend for Arsenal, Premier League in general, even for the Dutch people. So guys, if you are watching for the first time, or if you are watching without leaving a like, what you are doing, right? Please consider to leave a like. It really helps the channel a lot. Really nice Muller. This is the first year for Revolution 2017. Thomas Muller. Talk about a legendary player, right? This guy won so much in his career and always performing at a high level. Really big fan of him. I know Thomas. Not sure if you are in the chat or not. I know you collect Muller. Really nice card, by the way. Pay attention because maybe it does not even go that high. So rookie, I guess rookie is always relative because we know, let's say rookie card for Mbappe. This is the copper out of 39. Difficult card to find, as you can see. I mean, it's still fairly low number. The people love this card for Mbappe. I feel like people like the chrome a bit more, but this is also a really cool card. I feel again, I this is just a feeling because I've been not tracking the market that close, but I think the Mbappe market is down a good amount right now. Kind of makes sense. He's out of the Champions League. He ended up not winning the World Cup. We know that Ballon d'Or most likely will not be a thing for him. He seems a bit stuck at PSG at this point. So, yeah, I also understand why. But maybe if you believe in him long run, it could be a good time. Thomas Muller, another nice Thomas Muller. Blue. Looks really nice, actually. I like the fact that the logo is blue and red for Bayern Munich, and this also kind of matches the logo. PSA 9 could be a better grade, a 7 graded higher, but still a fairly difficult card to find, and the set is an amazing one. Benfica player, Seferovic. I really did not like him in Benfica. He had 1 or 2 good seasons, but I always thought he was really overrated. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for leaving the like. Really means a lot. And do not forget to check the links below the video, Patreon and Discord. Patreon, you need to pay $10. Discord is totally free, so at least join the Discord. David Luiz, at one point, this guy was one of the best defenders in the world. You may think I'm joking, but this is true. He had a couple of good seasons, to be fair, even at Chelsea. Even with Brazil, he had solid performance at one point in time. But yeah, his career ended up not playing the way at least I expected. Still solid career. In the other end, this guy never ended up reaching the level we all expected. Dele Alli at one point was, not sure if the hottest player in the market in terms of prospecting, but close to that. Our market was not relevant, that's the thing, but this guy was super relevant. Really nice photo for Maradona, Don Ross's gold. I like it. I think cards with Napoli for him are nice. PSA 10 optic red velocity out of 50 for Kylian Mbappe. PSA population 1 of 13. Wow. I mean, this is out of 50. Seems, again, maybe, I guess it grades very well, I would assume. Even the centering is not great, by the way, especially on the back. But yeah, cool card. Not sure how much you consider this a rookie or not. It's kind of third year, but I guess because of the narrative with Prism, they still consider the 2018 the rookie cards. Similar with Travel, for example. Ooh, this is a really nice card. So guys, do you like this insert? I feel like no one talks about this insert, and I always thought this was one of the most beautiful inserts for me. I have one, by the way. But the reason I have one is because I really love this insert. I mean, it's kind of like a diamond on the back, right? And I think Messi is a diamond, you know? PSA population 1 of 1. Yeah, I mean, mine is a 9, so... But I really like this insert for Messi. Let me actually favor this one. But what a beautiful card, by the way. No, yeah, I remember you sent me that. I mean, this is kind of like the Super Fractor. You know, it's 1 of 1, so... Who cares about true rarity when there is condition rarity? Cool card for Hazard. Another player that ended up promising so much at one point. To be fair, he had great seasons at Chelsea, but I think we all assume that this guy may win a Ballon d'Or to never end up happening. Nice card for Salah, red prism. Actually, I want to have a nice Salah in my collection eventually. Probably I'll go for the Chrome 17, I have to say. But this is another great option. I believe it's also first prism, so kind of the first big card with Egypt, and I like it. This is a nice card. PSA population 1 of 8. PSA 10. I wonder how much this go. So there was a blue-red fusion last weekly. I'm sorry. I believe that card is not numbered, but I believe the assumption is that card is what, out of 30. That basically not out of 40, but there is 40 in the world. There is a bit more, but this is a PSA 10, and people like gold. Really curious. The other card did, I believe, 2K or something like that. Maybe this does. I don't know. I don't want to put a number in modern. I was saying that the Select 116 would be 3K or 4K. I'm not sure. I ended up going for 6K. So I like it. Yeah, I also like it a lot. Data landed 3.8K earlier this month. Okay. Maybe goes for more now. I feel like the Allen, I mean, he's close to win the Champions League, so close. I mean, they still have to face Real Madrid, but you get the point. And potentially Milan or Inter can surprise, I guess. But this was a big card a couple of years ago. Now, not so much. Man, in terms of eye appealing, this card is really nice. This card grew up in me a lot. At one point I thought the card I liked the most for our land was the Top Snow, the one that is very short printed with Salzburgo. But I really like this one. Really, really, really beautiful card. I'm not sure if I like this one more or this one. This design is sick with the Champions League on the background. What do you guys think? This design is amazing. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, it would be an insane card, I agree. See, now is when things start getting a bit tricky for me, since I just skip past this stuff, Not that I mean I think modern have some nice stuff, but there is too much after 2018. Cool card for Pulisic, by the way. Looks clean actually. Ooh, this is a nice card. 2019, oh, but he's not the Sapphire version. Whatever. It's still a really nice card. Coral looks good with the Juventus kit right there. Basically similar to a yeah, really nice card. So this insert this insert. There is a version of this insert number because this is a nice to Messi and Suarez. Ooh, really nice one. The price of footballs is so fascinating to see the insert market that people, they follow certain narratives, and I mean we all do it to be honest, but we love the landmarks, and the landmarks is beautiful. The kaboom, but those inserts, I think they are so nice also. But they basically, my point is they don't have the same. Oh man, oh wow. James, I feel like someone really ended up betting in the wrong horse. Jesus. Ooh, this is a nice Messi. Let's see it. Is this much worn? 10 of 10 also. Much worn used material. So we don't know for sure. But cool patch. I mean, it's not the best patch ever, but it's a cool patch. Nice photo for Messi, 10 of 10. The set looks nice. I know it's a sticker auto, but at least it's real, so cool card. Did you already discuss the sale of the two Messi golds from last week auction? You took a pool on that they would go for on what? No, but I can do it if you want. They both end up surprising me a bit. But yeah, that's a good thing. I will do it. I'm finishing this and I will talk about that also. So this card is really cool. It's so crazy to see that Panini and Topps have the same image in a card. It's not that normal, right? Optic tickets, they are cool. It's one of the few things I like in Optic. I have to be honest. Ooh, this is a one card auto, right? Really nice card. Yeah, the Werner Super Fractor collectors are having a day. First Obsidian Color Blast for Ronaldo is with Juventus. I suspect some people may not like it, but cool card. So yeah, I guess we are done. Oof, this is a nice one. This is a nice one, right, James? The gold first tier Chrome Stadium. They did a really nice job with the set. I have to admit, because look at the photo. It's so sick that he is Messi with so many players around him, and this goal. So really nice job. Pedri rookie. Couple of goals for 2020 top scrum. Ronaldo and Messi. Nice cards. I suspect the Messi one goes for more since he's with Barcelona. This is not. So. This is not with Real Madrid. I mean, people do not like cards for Ronaldo with Juventus. I think that's a bit unfair, to be honest, but that's the reality. Man, those cards are cool. People cannot tell me the opposite. The typical headshot, even in modern, does not get old to me. Those cards are really cheap, by the way, I feel like. Yeah, I have a red, so I love it. Nice auto, but it's sticker, right? All right, let's take a look at that. The Messi golds. Just share a couple of thoughts on that. You guys also feel free, and after that I will end the stream. All right, here we go. To be fair, everything Messi goes insane. Look at this. Even a second year. Honestly, I know this is out of 10. Honestly, makes look those top cards cheap when you compare, at least is my idea. So yeah, all right, let's close those two. Love the look of this card also. So I actually don't remember how much I said for both, but I know I was off. That I'm really sure. I believe I said 4 or 5K for this. Looks really bad right now, my take. But I felt was strong, honestly. For this market, I felt was strong. 8K, I felt was strong. Also, Lex is not like the true gem or whatever people say. But it's an insane card. I love it. And it's like, even if I think he's strong, I like this card so much. What a card, right, my friends? This one, I think. Oh, but. Ooh, payment pending. I don't know, my friends. Um, no, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. It's a PSA 6, yeah. Looks okay for the 6, but probably if the person puts that at auction, it's probably still 5K, 6K. I will not be surprised. So guys, just okay. I guess we can make the game again. So this sold for 8K, and this sold for 6K. Press 1 for Chrome, press 2 for Select. What you guys think was the best buy? 1 Chrome? No, because now we have the prices. I think it's much fair to do it. 1 for Chrome, 2 for Select. This Select is also not a true gem. It also adds 9. Oh, by the way, this is a 10 of 10. I think that's a small detail that is not a small detail. And this is a great card. One for Chrome, 2 for Select. So the thing that is fascinating is honestly, and I have been actually paying attention to that, is everything Panini out of 10, this is probably a great example, sells for a lot. But Chrome cards, Tops cards, let's put this way, they don't sell for a lot even in a PSA 10. And I'm not sure, I mean, I guess you guys probably agree. I'm not sure if this card is much better than this card. I'm saying it, I'm really not sure. I think I would prefer to have this, don't get me wrong. But the problem is this. This card also looks sick. I really like the design on 2020. 1-1. Niels goes for 2. Niels, I feel like you are always going against the market. Not that's a problem, by the way, but PSA 2 of the blue version on Select can be at for 400. Yeah, it's not cold, but cool color match for me more than. Yeah. No, this card, this I. Do you guys agree? This was a crazy sell, right? I feel like it was a crazy sale. I don't know. It's just because this select tier is not crazy relevant, you know? And 5K is really a lot. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you can leave a like, that we are ending right now. We are 4 likes away of 30 likes. I would appreciate, I don't think we will get there, but asking is free, so. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun. Seems like a weak PWCC, but there is still a couple of really cool cards. Huge delay, my friend. But by the way, just to finish my thoughts on the Chrome, I agree. I also would prefer. I end up bidding on both, by the way, to be totally transparent. But I would prefer the Chrome instead of this one. But both are really nice. Thank you so much, Nick. So yeah, guys, do not forget to leave a like, do not forget to subscribe, check both links below the video, and see you guys next time.